This is the Control live with JustinFREAKIN.
Makes you damn proud to be an American here on this July 4th. Shelly, Warlord, welcome. We're going to find out what that news be doing just a little bit tonight. But I actually have something very special for you. Do you guys like Carlton from The Fresh Prince? I hope you do, because you're going to get a lot of them tonight. He is hosting a Capital Fourth on PBS. We're going to hear music from Chicago and Boyz II Men, as well as our host, Carlton from The Fresh Prince. What am I talking about? Here it is.
I'm your host, Alfonso Ribeiro. I'm going to work my
Carlton.
Here. And I am incredibly excited to be here. But I say we get this party started.
Let's do it.
First performer. He's written and produced 125 top 10 hits. And after seeing his America the Beautiful at this year's Super Bowl, we had to have him here tonight. Please welcome someone who I've personally been a fan of for my entire life, Babyface.
What up, Babyface? Someone who does not have a baby face is Alfonso Ribeiro. They say black don't crack, but he's looking kind of old.
For spacious sky,
I'm not high enough for this shit.
always
But we're gonna get to that. We got news to find out what it be doing. Cocaine found at the White House. I got video of a Russian ejected from a tank. Allegedly, we can't confirm it. We're gonna talk about Kid Rock and Bud Light. We've got a jam-packed show tonight.
God shed His grace on thee
This should not be TOS.
and crown thy
We should be good to go. This is a public performance on the National Mall on public broadcasting.
America, hey. God shed His grace. God shed His grace on me. Yes, He did. And crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to
Clinically. Everybody put your dicks away. Damn, Babyface did rock that. That was really good.
Live from the United States Capitol, it's our Independence Day celebration.
Everybody light one up, tip one back.
Capitol Fourth welcomes the following stars: Rock and Roll Hall of Fame legends,
Chicago,
R&B superstar,
Boyz II Men.
lead singer of the Go-Go's and rock and roll icon,
Oh, hell yeah, Belinda Carlisle.
12-time Grammy-winning artist and producer Babyface, soprano superstar Renee Fleming, Sesame Street's Elmo and
Elmo and the Cookie Monster.
Outer Banks, Charles Eston,
They pulling out all the fucking stars.
CMT award-winning country music duo Maddie and Tay, the Broadway cast of A Beautiful Noise, the Neil Diamond musical,
Oh shit, we're gonna get Coming to America. Yay!
winner Adrian Warren,
They're gonna do Coming to America, and I'm gonna get really stoked.
and a special message from our NASA astronauts aboard the International Space Station, featuring the National Symphony Orchestra conducted by Maestro Jack Everly, Brandon Straub
It
directing
is a fantastic idea. Glad to join you guys
Lundy and the Ministers of Music, the U.S. Army Band,
to
Persian
watch this special event from the National Mall.
Herald Trumpets, the U.S. Army Presidential Salute Battery, the Armed Forces Color Guard, and to present our nation's colors,
As I said, we do have some news to find out what it be doing.
carrying our 56 state and territorial flags.
Neil Diamond's still alive, isn't he?
By the boat.
And I love Neil Diamond as well, Shelley. I think the motherfucker is still going.
We come together to celebrate our nation,
Oh,
honoring our history.
my apologies. I didn't want to give you, like, I guess it's a commercial for GE or some shit. You snuck it in on this Capitol celebration. As I said, we got news to find out what it be doing. We're going to talk about a deadly fireworks display where we had the video right before. It was a Boeing commercial. I wasn't far off. It was a Boeing commercial. God damn. That is so disappointing. We got the only way America knows how to celebrate its independence. Mass shootings. Multiple people dead in Philadelphia and Fort Worth. We're going to go over both of those. Cocaine. Cocaine found in the White House today. Apparently a staffer put their baggie of cocaine into the phone drop. We're going to talk about a woke WNBA player. I forget her name. Goddamn. I thought I had it written down somewhere. We're going to hear her comments on what she thinks about this country. We're going to talk about some roller coasters. A Wisconsin roller coaster had riders stuck upside down for over 2 hours. North Carolina roller coaster has been shut down after a man spotted a break in one of the support beams. Libra Todd, good evening. Welcome back. Welcome. We're doing the Capitol 4th from the National Mall.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air.
Would have been more entertaining if they had gotten Roseanne or Fergie.
And our flag was still there.
Oh, just because you want it muted. Does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
O'er the land of the free and the home of the
She did an amazing job, but she looked like she was taking a shit when she hit that last note. I ran people off with my singing. I do not blame you. I do not blame you one bit.
And now, welcome back from Dancing with the Stars, our host, Alfonso Ribeiro.
Hell yeah, Carlton.
Happy 4th of July, America! Yes! I am so honored to have been asked to host this year's Capitol 4th. Now, growing up in New York, this day was always so important to my family. But wherever you're from, north, south, east, west, what we all have in common is a respect and love for this great country of ours.
Do we?
For the
Do we?
it has given our families and a shared dream of a better tomorrow for everyone in our nation.
I actually have a fantastic article about how it's not really a shared dream.
Red, white, and blue are here for tonight's festivities, ready for a night of music and dancing, fun, and fireworks. You know, wait, let me rephrase that. For the best fireworks in the land, am I right? Yeah, well, they've come here to D.C. from every state in the country.
And we're starting it off with Coming to America.
At the Lincoln Memorial,
Or at least that sounds like a good segue.
and here on the West Lawn of the United States Capitol, united in their love of country. Now, united, that's such an important word, not just today, but every day. And what makes this day even more fun is that we're joined by two very special friends of mine from Sesame Street, Elmo and Cookie Monster.
There's the star power.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Alfonso, hi!
Hi.
We're so happy to be here!
Yes,
Yeah.
look at all these people.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Even the cat couldn't count them all!
Yeah.
Come on, everybody, wave your flags!
I feel like Elmo just threw some shade at the count.
Waving flag.
Like, that stupid fuck couldn't count all these people.
Now, Elmo and Cookie Monster, we are so happy to have friends
You guys know my stance on math.
celebrating with us. Thank you, guys. And also joining us tonight, as always, on a Capital 4, is the National Symphony Orchestra, led by Maestro Jack Everly.
Hi, Mr. Jack!
Hi, Elmo. Elmo, did you know the
Hey,
National
Mr. Jack.
Orchestra was just nominated for the Gramophone Orchestra of the Year? So from all of us to...
Yes, perhaps Elmo was the one that had the cocaine inside of the White House.
Thank you, Jack. Are you guys ready for more music?
Yes.
Yes, we are. Well, our next performer is not only the lead singer of the Go-Go's, the most successful all-female rock band of all time.
Are
she
they?
has an amazing solo career. So get on your feet and get ready to dance, because here is Belinda Carlisle.
See the people walking down the street, fun line is watching us.
No! What the fuck? We were just getting started. It's not my internet. It's got to be YouTube, or it's got to be... There we go. We back.
See the people walking down the street, fun line is watching us.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Maybe it is not meant to be for us tonight. But we're gonna do it again and buffer again.
See the people walking down the street, fun
Wow, wow. Oh, once again, it's not my internet. My internet doing well.
See the people walking down the street, fun line is watching us dance. To the party puts us in a trance. The 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
When the fun line, we got the beat, we got the beat, we got the
We finally got the beat.
yeah, we got it. Come on, we got the beat. I want to hear you. We got the beat. Woo! We got the beat. Everybody get on your
What am I paying for?
we know you can dance to the beat. We got the beat. Jump back, hit ground, round and round and round. We got the beat. We got the beat.
Clinically, YouTube's just been shit lately, so that's happened to me with more than one video. We'd come back over here on what was that on Google Chrome?
Can't seem to get my mind off of you. Back here at home, there's nothing to do. Ooh, now that I'm away, I wish I'd stayed 2 miles a day. should have known all along that time would tell. A week without you, thought I'd forget. 2 weeks without you, still haven't gotten over you yet. Come on! Vacation, all I ever wanted. Vacation, had to get away. Vacation meant to be spent alone. Vacation, all I ever wanted. Vacation, had to get away. Vacation meant to be spent alone.
I'm kind of smitten with one of her backup dancers. Oh, come on, what's wrong with the people up there in the nosebleeds?
A week without you, that I forget. 2 weeks without you, still haven't gotten over you yet. Come on! Vacation, all I ever wanted. Vacation, had to get away. Vacation meant to be spent alone. Vacation, all I ever wanted. Vacation.
See, those dudes were getting into it.
Vacation meant to be spent alone. Vacation, all I ever wanted. Vacation, had to get away. Vacation meant to be spent alone.
The crowd seems to be significantly younger than what one would expect for the lineup of performers.
Thank you, Belinda. That was fantastic. And guess what? Belinda will be back later in the concert for an encore. You know what? That song was the perfect song. I could have just right there. It was amazing.
I was wondering how many times he'd pull it out.
Yes, I know I am. The only thing that's missing is the gift basket of cookies that was backstage when I got here tonight. Gee, I wonder who could have taken that.
Cookies is code for cocaine.
That dude is ridiculous. He's ridiculous. Our next performers are from the very city where the Declaration of Independence was signed. 247
Cookie Monster is not ridiculous.
of all time with an incredible
I understand Cookie Monster.
album sold, and over their career, they have brought home dozens of the music industry's top awards, including 4 Grammys. So get back on your feet. Here is Boyz II Men.
Now, am I wrong, or what? Did there used to be 4 of them? Oh, she was so into it.
Fiddly slamming, we got Boyz II Men, ABCD, the East Coast family never skips a beat. Come on, while cooling on South Street, we got jet black Benz and plenty of friends. Come on,
And on the Philly steaks, you can eat one day more.
back in school, we used to dream about this every day. Could it really happen? Or do dreams just fade away? Come on now. Then we started singing and they said it sounds smooth. So we started to groove and here we are. Kicking it just for you. Motown Philly back again. Doing a little East Coast swing.
Oh, it's always been 3?
DC, how y'all doing out there tonight? Y'all follow me, let's go. Can I get a oh yeah? Say oh yeah. Say oh yeah. Let's scream.
There weren't 4 of them in that Mariah Carey video. There weren't 4 of them in that episode of The Fresh Prince. They fucking still got it. Sweet key change there.
Okay, everybody in America,
Everybody in America is watching PBS right now.
yes, if everybody's ready to celebrate tonight, y'all make some noise out there. Thank you so very much. Now check this
You take your shit elsewhere.
to me one time, okay? Come on, let me.
Clinically, that's what I want to say. They're coming here on one of those 90s tours.
Yeah. Say yo, yeah. Everybody say ho. Say ho, ho. Say ho, ho, ho.
They seem like they would definitely be worth your money. I have my doubts about NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Not that I don't like them, not that I don't listen to them.
Boys and men going up. Not too hard. Yeah. Here we go. One last time. Can I get a okay? Say okay. Say okay.
Clinically, I'd like to tour at some point in time.
Boys and men, ABC, BB.
I gotta get back to doing some open mics before I can tour, though. But my God, they rocked it. I assume they are still worth the price of admission.
Everybody, they are awesome. Coming up soon, the best and biggest fireworks in America.
Aw, shit.
For when we light
45 minutes until
our
fireworks.
next performer who lit up the Broadway stage.
I don't,
and her
Warlord, I don't want to talk about
Tina Turner. Now,
Palestine and
legend that we sadly
Israel
lost a few
tonight.
weeks ago. So, in honor of Tina, please welcome.
Oh, Justin Timberlake, okay.
If you love Tina Turner as much as I
Oh, shit.
right now.
Hell yeah.
Give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams. Speak the language of love like you know what it means. Ooh, and it can't be
If they pulled Tim Capello out, I would have popped big time for that.
You're simply the best. Put your hands together, come on. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone I've ever met. I'm stuck on your heart. I see you back there. And I hang on every word you say. Tell us about.
Well, Warlord, I've got multiple stories about climate change. None of them good. Hell yeah.
Church Street house, schoolhouse outhouse, on highway number 19. The people keep the city clean. They call it no push.
No, don't freeze on us.
Call it no push city limits. No push city. 25 for the speed limit. Gonna shine a light. Gonna show on a Friday. Gonna church on Sunday. Call it no push. Yeah, no push. Oh, yeah. Call it no push city limits. No push city limits. No push city limits.
I like her outfit too.
Good job in the city, working for the man every night and day. And I never lost one minute of sleep.
The song is about quiet quitting.
Big wheel keep on turning, round gonna keep on burning. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on the river.
So I think this was Adrian Warren. I do believe. Yes.
Fantastic. There was a little girl in the front row who did everything.
I shall be following her on Spotify.
Don't forget, for those of you hosting a Capital Fourth viewing parties at home and all across the nation, post your pics with the hashtag July 4th PBS. Now, the great Neil Diamond is a Capital Fourth favorite, a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee who has given us so many hits, songs like Cracklin' Rosie, Sweet Caroline, and one that means so much to Neil personally. The song America is dedicated to his grandmother, who came here on what Neil calls the Great Voyage to Freedom. And those are just a few of the great songs you're about to enjoy from the Broadway cast of A Beautiful Noise, the Neil.
How do you defeat a 400-foot Barbra Streisand?
Cracklin' Rosie, kid on board. We gonna ride till there ain't no more to go. Taking it slow. Lord, don't you know? I'll have me a time with a boy man's lady. Oh, Lord, you got
Ever do a duet with a 400-foot Neil Diamond?
style. Cracklin' roll your store-bought woman, but you make me sing like a kid's humming. So hang on to me, girl, the sun keeps running hard. Play it now, play it now, play it now, my baby. Keep that smile, girl, if it lasts for an hour, well, that's alright. 'Cause we got all night to set the world right. You find us a dream that's all asking no questions, yeah. Baby loves me, yes, yes it does. And the girl's satisfied, yeah.
You gotta stay right there. Don't go anywhere.
Say she loves me, yes, yes she does. You gotta show me tonight, yeah. Hey, she got the way to move me, Jerry. She got the way to move me. She got the way to move me. Yeah, Jerry, baby. She got the way to move me. All right. How you doing? Tell your mama, girl, I can't stay long. We got things we gotta catch up on. Oh, you know what I'm saying.
No, these are true patriots, Warlord.
Can't stand still while the music is playing. She got the way to move me, Jerry. She got the way to move me. She got the way to move me. Yeah, Jerry, baby. She got the way.
Okay, he's growing on me. I didn't like him at first.
But it don't sing and dance anymore. And long as I can have you here with me, I'd much rather be forever in blue jeans.
We're celebrating America, Warlord. You're probably gonna be in bed before we get to news.
But it ain't nothing next to
That news comes after fireworks.
And if you pardon me, I'd like to say,
We're like 40 minutes away from fireworks.
forever in blue jeans, babe. Yeah. Money, money, money. Money, money, money. Here with me.
You live under a crown, motherfucker. We got the freedom to shoot each other over here. Here it is.
And on the planes, they come into America. Never
don't know, any administration that arrests as many people seeking asylum as the Biden administration has can't really claim right to that song now, can they?
Where it began, I can't begin to
They're coming to America. We just ain't letting them in.
it's growing strong.
Dustin, good evening. Welcome to our celebration.
Then spring became the summer.
We're about 40 minutes away from fireworks.
Come along.
We can find out what that news be doing directly after fireworks. Still to come, Chicago.
Touching hands.
More Belinda Carlisle of the Go-Go's. Touching me, touching you.
Sweet Caroline.
I might have got him backwards.
Times never seem so good.
It's on that list of songs that make white people go nuts. And you couldn't get more, like, 3 stereotypical looking white people to stand behind that Neil Diamond dude.
Let's see if we can make him hear us all the way up on Broadway.
Sweet Caroline. Good times.
Wait, you guys sing Neil Diamond? Ah, but we got Carlton clinically. I don't want to move on. I want to watch I love fucking live music. And I want to watch the fireworks. So I'm the king of this channel.
Yes, a beautiful noise. That's incredible. Now, just 3 years from today, we will mark 250 years since America's founding on July 4th.
They're cheering for Carlton and Neil Diamond.
Plans are being made to celebrate.
That is the best America has to offer.
Moment in the life of our nation. One that gives us the chance to reflect on the nation's past and take stock of the progress we've made as we look forward to our future. Go to pbs.org/Capital4 to learn more and see how you can be a part of America's 250th birthday.
Oh, fair enough clinically. And a lot of times I think singers like skip out on actually singing their songs by doing the crowd and like holding the microphone. I hate that.
We all want to change the world for the better, for ourselves, for our future, and for our children. And now, with his Grammy-winning Song of the Year, Change the World, once again, Babyface.
Wait, was this song Babyface?
Who's the star who went down for you? Hey, I stand on my heart. Yeah.
You know, like Eric Clapton did this shit or something, didn't he?
Yeah. That is love inside. It's everything it seems. Yeah. But for now I find, yeah, it's only in my dream. Come on, y'all. And I change the world. And I would be the sunlight in your universe. And you would think my love was something good. Maybe if I could change the world. If I could begin
Oh, he produced it. Jesus, I'm looking at the writers. I'm like, none of these are Babyface. He was the producer of it. Okay. Jesus.
If I could change the world, I would feel sunlight in your humor. You would make my life from the sun.
So yeah, I guess it is his song. I love how the crowd isn't really into it. A little too black for them.
The world.
I kind of expected there to be a lot of anti-Americanism in the crowd. Was that Lord? Why didn't they get Lord? There's Elmo and Cookie Monster again. See?
Thank you. That was great.
How can you bitch about Carlton, Elmo, and Cookie Monster?
You know, Elmo's nickname used to be Babyface Monster back in the day.
Hey, that's...
Go ahead, do you Babyface pose.
Really?
Yeah, do it.
You want to see the baby face
Yeah,
pose?
you're gonna love this.
Okay, go ahead. Do it.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think there's any resemblance. All right. For those of you hosting a Capital 4th viewing parties at home and around the country, post your pics with the hashtag July 4th.
Wait, that's me.
You know what? Hey, guys, squeeze it.
I'm hosting a viewing party right now, literally.
Say cheese.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Actually, you know what? Say a Capital 4.
Oh, yeah, good one.
Capital.
Capital 4.
We're gonna have all my marijuana accoutrement in the background.
Yes. I am so glad you're both here with me today. And what else have you guys been doing this summer?
Oh, well, Elmo has been spending time with his family.
Yeah, and me grilling cookie burgers in the backyard.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we've been
Cookie burgers?
to explore lots
Sounds
of
horrible.
places, Mr. Alfonso.
Wow, you know what? There are so many places in America you can visit, right? I
Yeah,
know.
that's true.
Yeah, and I love to take my family out in
How'd
our
it turn
RV.
out?
We do some camping and head out to iconic American locales like the Grand Canyon, Glacier National Park, and Yellowstone National Park. Yeah, we go.
What was I supposed to tag it again?
My family is here with me tonight at this amazing July 4th celebration right there in the front row. They're right there.
Oh, hi.
Hi, family.
We love you.
Hi.
You know, they love seeing all these great performances. What would you like to see next?
Oh, you know, maybe something patriotic for, maybe America?
Huh, perfect timing. It's almost as if I had this plan.
Huh.
Something patriotic.
It speaks to the majesty of this country we live in, and it's one that has stood the test of
Is it This Is America by Childish Gambino? Okay, well, hell yeah.
That is a great idea. And here to perform is an award-winning country music duo, Maddie and Ted.
This is Woody Guthrie, and this is a true patriotic song.
That ribbon of highway I saw above me.
Because this is a protest song.
Highway I saw below me. That golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts. All around me, a voice was sounding.
gotta find out what that hashtag was.
This land is your land. This land is my
Try to get us some viewers up in this bitch.
California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. You and me. Happy birthday, America!
Maddie and Tay. Awesome, guys. Great job. Tonight, as we celebrate those patriots who declared our independence 247 years ago, we also remember those who have fought to preserve our liberty and freedom over the decades. With us in the audience are a number of veterans and active military members and their families. We're also joined by some heroes from Walter Reed National Military Medical Center and Fort Belvoir Hospital. Yeah. And joining us tonight is someone who has done so much on behalf of our wounded, ill, and injured warriors. She is a leading advocate for the power of
Cum should taste like avocado ranch dressing.
service members and
It's just a tweet I saw.
with the trauma and scars of war. With a special tribute to our heroes in uniform, please welcome a soprano superstar who is
Nathan, what's going on, my friend?
Kennedy Center honoree.
They did a good job. They did a good job with Woody Guthrie.
Thank you, Alfonso. I dedicate this to these families and all our military.
They weren't like Lady Gaga at the Super Bowl. Pretty nice crowd on the mall tonight.
Every mountain, search high and low, follow every byway.
Where'd she come from? I don't like her. Get the Go-Go's back out here.
Climb every mountain, for
Boyz II Men only did one song. We better get more Boyz II Men. I'll be pissed if we don't.
every rainbow, till you find
Everybody else has got multiple songs. Why shortchange Boyz II Men? I feel like they're the headliners here.
all the love you can give every day of your life, for as long as you live.
Well, move to a freer country where you can stay up later, Warlord.
For every street,
We've still got Chicago.
follow every rainbow, till
Not really digging this.
find your dream.
UK does rank higher on the Freedom Index.
That will need
Yes, the UK has abortions.
you can give every day.
But we've got abortions for some and miniature American flags for others. Someone's gonna die in that pit.
Climb every mountain,
Well, see, you're not free if all your kids aren't armed.
every stream, follow every rainbow.
Is it just me, or did we get through the spring semester with fewer school shootings than usual? More like mall shootings. Less school shootings. They are wasting this perfect golden hour moment on her.
Wow, Renee Fleming, that was amazing. Such an amazing voice.
Thank you, Mr.
Whoa.
Brown.
Just not my style of music. I want to
Why are
dance.
you wearing an astronaut suit?
Oh, this? Oh, well, they sent it to Elmo for the big surprise.
Oh, cool. Did they send me one?
Oh, let's see. You know,
I got a cat.
they only sent one, but, you know, this looks pretty good on Elmo, don't you think?
It does, Elmo.
Yeah, of course. It looks great. Yeah. I'm not-
Elmo's kind of a dick.
at all.
Oh. You know, maybe Elmo should tell everybody about the big surprise now.
Yeah. You should do it. Yeah, because I bet it has something to do with the uniform you're wearing.
Yes, it does. Listen,
Uh-oh.
Elmo is dressed up like some American heroes who are out of this
Oh, yeah, we're getting a message from astronauts.
special message.
Hi, I'm NASA astronaut Frank Rubio aboard the International Space Station, flying 260 miles above the Earth with my NASA crewmates Steve Bowen and Woody Hoburg. Steve?
Although we may be too far away to see your amazing fireworks, please know that we're celebrating America's Independence Day up here, just as you are everywhere across the USA. Woody?
NASA is America's space program. We thank the thousands across the country who work so hard.
They think they're cool just letting the microphone
We are
float.
profoundly grateful for the opportunity to live in this great country.
You don't live here. You up in space.
So, to all at the Capitol and all of you watching the National Independence Day celebration on PBS,
Happy Independence Day!
Thank you, NASA astronauts. I just feel like sending a mic.
Wow.
I feel like I'm in space right now. All right, and now let's go from a message from way above the earth to a song reminding us
See, Carlton is on coke.
place on earth. Get up on your feet because
Oh, shit.
promise once again, here is Belinda Carlisle.
Wednesday nights I get to stay up late. Watch Kenny Omega while I masturbate.
They say in heaven, love comes first. We'll make heaven a place on earth. Ooh, heaven is a place on
Seriously, Jim Cornette has ruined this song for me.
When the night falls down, I wait for you, you come around, and the world's alive with the sound of kids, the street outside. When you walk into
There's a cop sitting right outside my window.
we start to move, we're spinning with the stars above, and you lift me up in a wave of love. Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. They say in heaven, love comes first. We'll make heaven a place on earth.
They dug up George W. Bush. Or George H.W. Bush.
When I feel alone
Corpse was out there dancing.
for you, you bring me home. When I'm lost at sea, I hear your voice.
It'd be cool if we just dug up all the old presidents.
In this world, we're just beginning.
Made them dance to top 40 hits on the 4th of July.
Baby, I was afraid before, but I'm not afraid anymore. Ooh, baby, do you know that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. They say in heaven, love comes first. We'll make heaven a place on earth. Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. In this world, we're just beginning to understand the miracle of living.
Dancing Abe.
Before, but I'm not afraid anymore.
seriously, that backup singer is making my heart flutter.
Thank you, Belinda. We have a great family here. Where
You're welcome, Carlton.
Virginia.
from Virginia? What are your names?
I'm Montine.
I'm Joe.
I'm Gincy.
Why is there a cop just sitting outside my window? I don't like it.
Do you guys have any incredible
Makes me very paranoid about picking up this bong, and I ain't high enough for this shit.
This next week.
I'll go out here and flip him off.
excited about your camps?
Yes.
That's what I want to do on the 4th of July. Flip off this fucking pig outside.
The 4th of July.
The fireworks. Picking out the fireworks and watching them.
That is awesome. Well, you know what? I love the fireworks too. And guess what? We are just minutes away from the fireworks.
Oh shit.
The fireworks are going to start very, very soon. But first,
there's another one.
Performance of a classic song. Please welcome back Boyz II Men. Thank you, guys.
There are now 2 cops outside my window for the 2nd day in a row.
I know it sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain. Girl, I'm leaving you tomorrow. Seems to me, girl, you know I've done all I can. See, I beg, stole, and I borrowed.
Well, sir, you got 3 hours to catch that train.
Why in the world would anybody put chains on me?
Wait a minute, we were doing midnight train to Georgia, right? Not easy on a Sunday morning. You're throwing me for a loop here.
Everybody wants me to be
Fuzzy face! You got here just in time for the fireworks.
I'm not happy when I try to fake it. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. That's why I'm easy. Ooh, I'm easy like Sunday morning. I wanna be high, oh so high. I wanna be free to know the things. I wanna be free to know the things that feel alright. I wanna be free, oh just me, oh baby. Washington D.C., how you doing out there tonight? Everybody follow us, wave from side to side, come on.
Apparently my city put theirs off last night. See, they got lured in the crowd. Why isn't she performing? The performers kind of leaned very baby boomer.
Okay, America, here it
I guess you could say Boyz II Men was more Gen X.
is, come on.
Let's bring in Boyz II Men for the young'uns in the crowd. The crowd looks on the younger side. You could have threw us a bone.
Easy like Sunday morning.
Bring in Miley. Miley would have been good for this.
Thank you.
Fair enough, clinically. The crowd on the lawn is probably a lot of, like,
Love me some Boyz II
Capitol Hill stab. There's another one.
Next is the
There are 3 fucking cops outside of my fucking window.
America's Got Talent, but over the past few years have truly impacted the lives of others with their music.
This one is unmarked.
Most. They are proof that heroes come in so many different forms.
There's a 4th one.
Our nation and serve overseas. Some are frontline and healthcare workers here at home. And now, let's show our appreciation for all those we honor.
What the fuck are these jackasses doing?
Please take out your phones, okay? Turn the flashlight on, hold them up high.
I'm gonna have to go out here and film some fucking cops.
As our nurses perform. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Northwell Nurse Choir.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. But if we are wise,
Breadline. There's more. What the fuck?
when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend, I'll help you carry on. Oh, it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Won't you stand by me?
There are 7 of them in like a line in the street out here in front of my apartment.
Broken down and tired, living life on a merry-go-round, and you can find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise.
I don't like this. Yes, they did. Carlton told us to point our phone cameras. I don't think they did bad, but also I can't really pay attention because there's a shit ton of pigs outside of my window.
Northwell Nurse Choir. Fantastic, y'all. Beautiful, as always.
They're staging for something. They're driving off now.
Which is perfect timing for another superstar performance. It was over 50 years ago that this self-described rock and roll band with horns burst onto the American music scene with a sound like...
How do boomers listen to Chicago and not think of like black on black crime?
Roll Hall of Fame and receive the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. Get on.
It is Carlton.
Party, because here is
the perfect person to host this.
Chicago.
It's fucking Tuesday.
Saturday in the park, I think it was the 4th of July. Saturday in the park, I think it was the 4th of July.
You got the date right, not the day.
People laughing, a man selling ice cream, singing Italian songs.
Play 46-2. They should. I'd love to see them break that out. I was having a great time until the pigs showed up. Libertad. School has enough songs about shit. You don't have to change one of their songs that's not about shit. Pretty sure there's at least 3. I didn't know Guy Fieri played trombone for Chicago. Who dances whiter, me or Carlton? They killed my buzz. Like, some of them drove off, but there's still a bunch of them over here. Go the fuck away. I'm assuming they're doing, maybe, I feel like the city put off fireworks last night. Because that seemed very organized and not just like neighbors doing it. But maybe there's some event going on and they're congregating before the event. I don't know. There's a lot of traffic over here. I mean, they're in an empty parking lot. There's an empty parking lot across the street from me, and that's where they're at. I sure do miss being up on the hill, way in the back corner where the National Forest is my backyard. Nobody fucking with me. That was nice. I used to sleep with all my doors open. There you go. Yeah. Well, I had French doors and then another door that led out to a screened-in back patio. I had a pull-out couch on the back patio. I'd actually sleep on the patio sometimes. But there was something that started making a noise, so I stopped sleeping out on the patio. Dude was really into Chicago.
Staring blindly into space, tempting up to splash my face. What did Jesus do? Wonder how much I could take. Should I try to do some more?
They actually sound really good.
25 or
I'd really like to take a hit from a bong, but there are still cops right outside my window. I'm gonna come up here close to the computer. You know, I don't even think I have papers clinically. I usually do. I usually keep them on hand. So we have begun the fireworks show. I don't like joints. Sparkles and I have had this fight on stream numerous times. I'm just not a fan of joints.
The band Chicago, that was awesome. Now, as you can see, the fireworks have started, which is the perfect timing for a great national July 4th tradition, as Maestro Jack Everly leads the National Symphony Orchestra performing the 1812 Overture.
Oh, shit. As made famous by Looney Tunes. Good luck, Breadline. yeah. Sparkles loves blunts, and I'm more into blunts than I am joints. I still would just rather smoke a bong. Oh, that is gorgeous.
Let's keep this birthday party going. To perform some American favorites, here is the U.S. Army Band, Pershing's Own.
Well, we are very critical of this country on this stream.
Soprano superstar Renee Fleming.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like, holiday episodes are some of my favorite episodes of the Troll Patrol.
My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring.
Now, this is the woman I shit on earlier, right? She's doing a way better job with this. I'd still rather dance.
Native country thee, land of the noble free, thy name I love. I love thy rocks and rills.
Oh, you heard about me through the whole Matt Walsh shit, where Matt had very complimentary things to say about me.
JustinFREAKIN is a formidable voice in the culture.
Thrills like that above.
We're gonna find out what that news be doing. I do have America-related stories to go over following the fireworks. There are still cops outside my window. There are less cops, but there are still too many fucking cops. Counting 5 at the moment. There are some other vehicles. And a fire truck drove by at one point in time. Yeah, that was way better than your other song, ma'am.
Renee.
Sorry I was so hard on you, Renee.
Shortly after we finish tonight's show is an encore performance of A Capital Fourth on most PBS stations.
Oh boy, we get to do it again? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy,
Yeah,
oh boy, oh
yeah,
boy.
we're going to do it all over again.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you to A Capital Fourth for inviting me to be your host on America's National Independence Day celebration. And a special thank you to the audience at home for letting me be a part of your celebration.
You're welcome, Carlton.
Thank Elmo and Cookie Monster for joining me tonight. Anything you guys want to say?
Yes, Mr. Alfonso.
There's another one.
Yes, it is truly the best birthday party I've ever been to on a day that celebrates.
Yeah, this is America. There's cops outside my apartment.
Oh, wow, really all over my suit. Okay. And now it's time for a wonderful song all about freedom, performed by a recording artist and star of television and film. Keep waving those flags and get on your feet for Charles Esten, and may God bless America.
I don't know who Charles Esten is.
Let freedom ring. Let its music resound.
You're going for Sheila E.
Let it celebrate sweet liberty that is keeping us free.
Those are cool.
Let freedom ring and let everyone share.
covered the Summit of the Americas a year and a half ago. They had several musical performances, and most of them sucked. But the very last performer was Sheila E. And she fucking rocked. That's still one of my favorite memories of this show. And over 3 years of doing this now.
And let freedom sing. Let freedom ring. For the children of every generation.
The irony is not lost on me that I'm afraid to hit my fucking bong right now because there are cops outside my window as this motherfucker sings Let Freedom Ring.
He's kicking authority in the balls.
Pass it on, and
You mean Charlton Heston? I don't think that's who this guy is. And I think Charlton Heston died.
May the love of freedom always reign. It has brought us this far. It proclaims who we are.
They got Hannibal Buress in the choir. We're trying, but the Republicans are fighting us, honey. Fireworks aren't even over yet. This is the grand finale. Despite all of the protests of Warlord, I thoroughly enjoyed the Capitol 4th celebration with Carlton, Elmo, Cookie Monster, Chicago. You know, I saw that video, The Pops Goes the 4th. I was like, we could watch that, or we could watch this live. I went with this.
For comments, suggestions, and information, visit us at pbs.org/Capital Fourth.
Go tell PBS what you think.
Twitter. A Capital.
Ask PBS why they had Lord out in the audience but didn't get her to get on stage. I am Lord. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it was a very good fireworks celebration. Guess we got to find out what that news be doing now. Go ahead and spare you the rundown. We'll just go ahead and jump into it. This is a video. I'm going to have to hit the content warning. We go from celebrating the country to content warning, fuckers. This happened in Park Township. Not exactly sure. 9 people were hurt. 1 woman has died. It was in Park Township, Michigan. That was the raw video that was just prior to a deadly explosion. And dies, 9 others hurt. This is on Monday night. Ottawa County deputies say it happened at a fireworks show on private property located on Main Street of the town. A 43-year-old Holland woman was unresponsive when first responders arrived, and despite their efforts, she died on the scene. 9 others were hurt. You can see the pictures of the aftermath. The incident also damaged several homes and vehicles. One vehicle's side window was completely shattered. You can see a picture there. That was the video we just played. Neighbor Sean Manders was also lighting fireworks off on Monday night just 1 block over. We were kind of having a competition, see who could do it the most or the loudest, you know. We did them for a while. At the end, we heard a big loud boom. We thought, something isn't right. Manders said he had a front row seat to something he never wanted to watch. They were doing CPR on the lady, and a lot of other people were just laying around. It was real bad. Another neighbor told Fox that he heard the commotion throughout the night. We went back to bed at like 11 p.m., just heard like more fireworks. Then you think it's done, and you heard a big boom. And I was just lying in bed and thought, I'm just going to get up and look at the garage, and then the back streets is just full of flashers. Then I got up like around 3 o'clock to go to the bathroom, and they were still out there, so I knew something bad had happened. Deadly firework explosion is still under investigation. Oh, I would actually say clinically we regulate fireworks far more than we do guns. Might actually be easier to buy a gun than it is to buy fireworks, to be completely honest with you. We're going to go to a opinion column in the USA Today today. America's right to bear fireworks continues to make American Independence Day divisive. Many types of fireworks are banned in states. Like, those states you can't get like Roman candles. I'm not up on the latest fireworks. There are many states that just flat out ban certain types of fireworks because they're too dangerous. Political beliefs are often blamed for the lack of patriotism on July 4th, but there's a more obvious explanation to why some dread the national holiday, and it's rooted in how Americans choose to celebrate their country's birthday. While loud booms in the sky will evoke pride for many people on Tuesday, a silent mass aches inside their homes. Now, I totally get the people with puppies that don't like fireworks. Smokey does not like thunderstorms, fireworks. I hear him going off right now, and he seems fine. Checked him out. So I totally sympathize. I think fireworks should be highly regulated. Your town should probably put on a fireworks display in a certain time period on July 4th, and nobody else be allowed to set shit off in the neighborhoods and stuff. Because it is annoying to have that shit going off all fucking night. 1 in 5 Americans don't like fireworks. Their personal vendetta against fireworks goes beyond noise disturbance, though it can be reason enough. There's also PTSD, not just for veterans, victims of gun violence. Pumpkin Spice, good evening. My God, you missed the live music. You got here just in time for the part of the show that you hate. For the last hour and a half, we've been watching Carlton, the Cookie Monster, and Elmo. Chicago performed. Belinda Carlisle, the Go-Go's. We watched Boyz II Men. You missed the fun. You missed the fireworks. The Henry Tell Overture. You missed all the fun. You got here for the dry news part, which is the part Warlord wanted to get to earlier, and I'm like, no, we're gonna watch Boyz II Men. Yeah, I said Henry Tell. Thank you, clinically. Thank you. Oh, Fireworks temporarily worsen air pollution, often trigger PTSD for veterans and gun violence victims. That's another one. We happen to have a lot of gun violence victims in this country. And anger owners of frightened pets. Madison May Jones, a 49-year-old veteran from Seattle, used to... Don't worry, Pumpkin. It's... Finally, all the cops are gone. There have been, like, up to 10 or 15 cops outside of my window. Got down to, like, 5, but now they're all gone. Thank you. Get the fuck out of here, pigs. We're going to talk about Sporty Ball and Kid Rock and so much more here on this very special 4th of July edition of the Troll Patrol. Madison May Jones, a 49-year-old veteran from Seattle, used to be a 4th of July enthusiast, but now she cannot bear the holiday. She said she developed PTSD by working as an iron worker for nearly 3 decades, always fearing falling while working at extreme heights, panicking at loud sounds. When you have PTSD, it just throws you that paranoid state where it's like fight or flight. When it goes bang, I twitch. I want to see where it's at, and I want to make sure it's not coming after me. Jones said she doesn't have a problem with controlled pyrotechnic events, clarifying that her instinctual response is set off by the spontaneous nature of fireworks. I have to be warned about it. It can't just be a spur of the moment. I really, truly love the displays. I love to see the things go bang. I like to see sky displays catch on fire, whatever. But I don't want it to be random. I have enough randomness in my life to begin with. I totally get it. I'm down with it. I think they should be regulated, just left up to the city to do a display at a certain time. Everybody knows about it. Because I do feel sorry for all the puppies. Americans can't even agree on what our country is. This is another op-ed published today. The left thinks the U.S. is irredeemable. I would say that the left does not think it's irredeemable. The right acts as if liberal democracy is a failure. Now that I agree with. They do act like liberal democracy is a failure. And we're all not teaching our children well. I agree with that. While Americans grill burgers and hot dogs, enjoy a dip in the pool, and await an annual July 4th fireworks display, I remain happily surprised that this day of communal patriotism is still widely accepted and generally celebrated. To be blunt, it feels like the country is coming apart at the seams and lacking some shared purpose. It could feel like the country's coming apart at the seams because it is. And I'm not alone in feeling this way. About 2/3 of Americans say the country is more divided than usual. To make matters worse, now I know history. I know there's been many times this country has been incredibly divided. So it's not the most divided it's ever been. We had a civil fucking war. Even during the American Revolution, the sentiments were divided that poor people didn't want to fight a war on behalf of rich people to separate from Britain. Make matters worse, young people are already behaving that way. A Generation Lab poll conducted for NBC News last year confirmed that young Americans are segregating themselves along partisan lines. That's right-wingers, more or less, and there's not that many of them in younger generations. While the division is playing out across America, it is being stoked by political and cultural influencers on the left and right, who increasingly have given up on the American experiment and or reject the founders' ethos. Indeed, the one thing that the left and right seem to have in common these days is a belief that America isn't all that great. I think that's a gross oversimplification. Many on the left see America as a racist country, whose present status is the fruit from the poisonous tree. They want to uproot our history and destroy any lingering reverence for our founders. I don't think that's true at all. I think that is a straw man argument. Matter of fact, I've read Jefferson's biography. I've read Franklin's biography. I don't know about destroy reverence. I don't think that's a poisonous. We need more democracy. I'm advocating for more democracy. Many on the right now advocate a different sort of anti-Americanism, ironically cloaked in flag-waving nationalism that says America is too weak, secular, and decadent to be a great nation. Some even seem to hold authoritarian or illiberal regimes like those in Russia and Hungary in high regard. Others believe it's high time for a national divorce. To a lesser extent, these same themes are being mainstreamed by traditional conservatives. Consider, for example, Nikki Haley's nostalgic yearning for better times that never really existed. It's weird that, it's a vague charge to counterbalance, make him seem like he's in the center. Some vague charge on the left of thinking the country is irredeemable, but yet you can actually point to concrete examples of the right being fascists. So I really think it's a false equivalency in this article, but if you want to continue to read it, drop the link. That is from Matt Lewis, a senior columnist at the Daily Beast. I don't put too much stock into what he says. Which one you want to do first? This is how America celebrates the 4th of July. It's such an American pastime that there's multiple. I have multiple to tell you about tonight. First to Philadelphia, where a gunman is in custody.
The idea of having one stream of income just didn't sit well with me.
Oh, apparently that's some kind of an ad or something. Having some kind of an ad doesn't sit well with me. Let me go to my browser that apparently has a... YouTube is trying to crack down on the use of ad blockers, which is bullshit. Anyway, once again, it was just another day in mass shooting USA. We celebrate the 4th of July with mass shootings, first in Philadelphia.
Now to Philadelphia, where police say a gunman is in custody.
Not high enough for this shit. Now the cops are gone.
Wounding 2 children. The youngest of the victims is just 2 years old. Officials say the violence spread across 4 blocks in the southwest part of the city. Officials haven't revealed if there was a relationship between the shooter and the victims. They say he was armed with an AR-15 style rifle, a handgun, and carrying a police scanner. Police also say he was wearing a bulletproof vest. President Biden addressed the violence in Philadelphia and other American cities, saying the nation has endured, quote, a wave of tragic and senseless shootings. He went on to remember the parade shooting that took place in Highland Park, Illinois, 1 year ago today. CBS News Philadelphia reporter Ryan Hughes is with us now. Ryan, what else do police know? What have they discovered at the scene? And do they have any more motivation for why and how this happened?
Christina, good afternoon. Yes, police responded to a very chaotic scene last night, only hours before the beginning of the 4th of July. We are told that people on the street were flagging down officers. They were also calling 911 as multiple shots were being fired randomly at people likely out celebrating on the streets in the city's southwest section. Now, once officers arrived, we are told that they found multiple people laying on the ground. Officers quickly worked to try and get them into police cruisers, rushed them over to the hospital. During all of that, they also heard shots still being fired. As you mentioned, a 4-block radius. Bullets were flying into homes, into
But you don't have a motive yet, but they did take the shooter in alive.
As those victims were being rushed to the hospital, police then encountered that alleged shooter. They pursued him. There was a chase for several blocks, and we're told that that shooter was firing at the officers as they were going towards him. And then they were able to get him into custody without incident. We just heard from Police Commissioner Danielle Outlaw a few moments ago.
Betty White.
Officers not done that bravely, put their lives in danger. She fears that many more people could have been shot and possibly killed.
Show me the mugshot.
I understand another person was taken into custody in addition to the alleged shooter. How were they involved? Do we know?
So during a news conference last night, Danielle Outlaw, the police commissioner, she detailed exactly what happened, and she said that yes, a second man was taken into custody. She detailed that he, at the one point, picked up a handgun that was on the ground and started firing back in the area of the alleged shooter. So it's unclear if there's any connection with that second person to the alleged shooter. We've been working with police trying to get some details regarding that. We don't know his name. We don't know why he was in that area. Was it possibly an act of self-defense, trying to stop that shooter? Those are all questions that we're working to get answered. We heard the possibility of a news conference this afternoon. We are awaiting to see if that does happen in fact, and that's a main question that we will be asking.
Ryan Hughes, thank you very much.
This is the first of two about today. I was in Philadelphia. I fucked up. Hold on. I got the same link for both of these stories. Recent. Going to Fort Worth, Texas. A lot of shit happening in Texas. At least 8 dead, or 3 dead, 8 injured in a Texas shooting. Go to the news hit from NBC News.
Some deadly gun violence outside of Fort Worth, Texas overnight, where 3 people are dead, dozens are injured after 2 separate shootings, one at a 4th of July party with hundreds of attendees. NBC's Priscilla Thompson joins us now. Priscilla, what?
I do want to update you that they are still looking for the shooter in the Baltimore mass shooting that we covered on last night's stream.
What do we know about the shootings and any potential suspects?
Yeah, Lindsay, no potential suspects at this moment. The police say that they are still investigating, but what we know is that this is an annual block party that occurs in the Como neighborhood. It's on the west side of Fort Worth, and last night, just before midnight, this gunfire erupted. As you mentioned, 11 victims, 3 people who were killed and 8 others who were injured. We know that at least one of those victims is a juvenile, and police say that when they got there, they encountered a very chaotic scene. We're talking about hundreds, if not thousands, of people who were at this block party. And so they said that there were cars everywhere. There were people on foot.
Multiple block parties.
Into a parking lot where they found several of those shooting victims. But it was so chaotic and also such a large crime scene of a couple of blocks that ambulances weren't even able to get in. And they shared one incident where a police officer found a victim and had to put that victim inside their police vehicle and get them to an ambulance in order to try to get them some help. 8 people remain hospitalized. No word on the extent.
So the cops had to protect somebody.
And of course, the big question here is who did this? Was this one shooter? Was this multiple shooters? And what was the motive? No answers on either of those questions or the question of what type of weapon was used. What police are urging is that anyone who may have information or may have video from the events that happened just before the shooting or during the shooting to please share that information with police as they continue to investigate this. And
usually I tell you not to narc.
Before this in Fort Worth, there was another shooting at a private residence where there were 4 people who were
This is the kind of thing you should narc.
Gun violence, and we do know that they do have a suspect in that case, and the gang unit is investigating according to police. Lindsay?
Innocent people hurt or died, it is okay to narc. To make sure the cops do their job and don't, act like cops. I didn't give you guys your meme of the day. Freedom is never having to apologize for getting caught jerking off in an Applebee's. Remember that. Remember that, kids. Something's not right with me. I haven't mentioned it this entire stream. Like, my side fucking hurts. My arm fucking hurts. My shoulder fucking hurts. Sexual anarchy indeed.
You live in sexual anarchy?
Stuttered. I hope I don't have like a appendicitis or some shit. I ain't got no goddamn insurance. Fuck this country. I'm in severe pain. Shelly, have I told you? Yeah, you were here for the concert. That apple was asking for it. It is my left side. My left side. Could be having a heart attack. Do you guys know about the woke WNBA player? There's a WNBA player, and she has made a lot of right wingers fucking mad. It's not Brittany Griner this time. We got a different WNBA player that's got all the right wingers upset. So we're gonna go to this channel called Sports War. Natasha Cloud. Natasha Cloud is their new target.
When it comes to WNBA players, we certainly seem to hear about their political views or their views on social justice more than we hear about anything that happens on the court, because quite frankly, no one's interested in the WNBA. Maybe a little bit more in the news with things like Brittany Griner getting arrested for being a criminal, bringing illegal drugs into Russia, and getting set free after we traded her for a Russian arms dealer. But now someone else is in the news for hating America, and that is another WNBA player, Natasha Cloud.
He hates America.
Natasha Cloud says, our country is trash in wake of Supreme Court's affirmative action ruling. So just to be clear, the ruling by the Supreme Court is that no longer can we use race as a determining factor in who gets into college, which should be a great thing. No more discrimination based on race. But unfortunately, that's not how some people are viewing this, especially people who might not have got anywhere if it wasn't for the color of their skin. Don't expect to see Natasha Cloud lighting off fireworks this weekend.
That's a weird thing for you to say. Because there's been these studies done. It says that the group that benefited from affirmative action more than anyone else was white women. Affirmative action has helped white women more than anyone. Originally, women weren't even included in legislation attempting to level the playing field in education and employment. The first affirmative action measure in America was an executive order signed by President Kennedy in 1961, requiring that federal contractors take affirmative action to ensure that applicants are employed and employees are treated during employment without regard to their race, creed, color, or national origin. Why that is controversial, I don't understand. Right-wingers always think that affirmative action means the black person gets it over you, and people that are less qualified get into positions they don't deserve. But that's not what affirmative action says. Meanwhile, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 only included sex in the list of prohibited forms of discrimination because conservative opponents of the legislation hoped that including it would sway moderate members of Congress to withdraw their support for the bill. Still, in a nation where white women and black people were once considered property, not allowed to own property themselves and not allowed to vote, it was clear to all those who were seeking fairness and opportunity that both groups faced monumental obstacles. White people of color, individually and as a group. While people of color, not white people of color. That didn't make any sense. While people of color, individually and as groups, have been helped by affirmative action in the subsequent years, data and studies suggest that women, white women in particular, have benefited disproportionately. According to one study in 1995, 6 million women, the majority of whom were white, had jobs they wouldn't have had otherwise held but for affirmative action. Another study shows that women made greater gains in employment at companies that do business with the federal government, which are therefore subject to federal affirmative action requirements than other companies, with female employment rising 15.2% at federal contractors, but only 2.2% elsewhere. So people like this that want to give their opinion but aren't informed, they're doing a disservice to their audience, and it really upsets me.
And the Washington Mystics guard went on a Twitter tirade Friday. Our country is trash in so many ways, and instead of using our resources to make it better, we continue to oppress marginalized groups that we have targeted since the beginning of time.
Ain't wrong.
Beginning of times. Black, oh shit, I accidentally clicked on it. Didn't want to go to this person's Twitter. Black and brown communities and LGBTQ+, man, we are too powerful to still be attacking issues separate. I feel like I'm going to see a civil war in my lifetime. I'm feeling somewhere with human rights, healthcare, and no mass shootings. This is a person who didn't play in the WNBA for a period of time because they wanted to go out and march for George Floyd protests and things like that. Good on her. This person is a social justice activist. This is someone who, again, wants to be known probably more for their social justice views instead of basketball. But just like in so many sports, when people become this vocal and this loud, it turns a lot of people off. And I guess I'm not surprised that yet another WNBA player hates this country and wants to keep racist policies intact.
Yeah, the Supreme Court ended racism in college admissions. I'm going to say that again. The Supreme Court ended racism.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
That were really getting affected by this were Asians. Asians actually are the ones that actually brought up the lawsuit in the first place. I don't know why any college needs to know about your race, which is irrelevant. Therefore, more qualified Asians were actually not getting accepted to schools, whereas the black people who shouldn't have been in the school in the first place because they didn't have the academics were getting in to meet quotas. That's wrong. That's absolutely wrong.
Yeah, she's taken a play out of Colin Kaepernick's playbook is really what it is. Maybe she's eyeing a future potential Nike deal. Maybe she's trying to make some big bucks.
I just wanted to point out, once again, they leave their audiences ill-informed. Asian Americans hold mixed views around affirmative action. Most are skeptical of considering race and ethnicity in college admissions. On one hand, about half of Asian adults who have heard of affirmative action say it is a good thing, while 19% say it's a bad thing, and 27% say they don't know whether affirmative action is good or bad. On the other hand, about 3/4 of all Asian adults say race or ethnicity should not factor into college decisions. I think you should do it. I think you should do it based on income. There was some issue Asian Americans, the group whom the suit was supposedly about, have been oddly absent from the conversation that have followed the ruling. The repetitiveness of the affirmative action debate has come about in large part because both the courts and the media have mostly ignored the Asian American plaintiffs and chosen instead to relitigate the same arguments about merit, white supremacy, and privilege. During the 5 years I spent covering this case, commentators defending affirmative action almost never disproved the central claim that discrimination was taking place against Asian Americans, even as they dismissed the plaintiffs as pawns who had been duped by a conservative legal activist. They almost always redirected the conversation to something else, often legacy admissions. The deflections were understandable. The evidence the plaintiffs had amassed that Harvard, in particular, discriminated against Asian applicants through a bizarre and unacceptable personal rating system is overwhelming. These facts, and more important, the conservative composition of the Supreme Court, placed the defenders of affirmative action in a bit of a discursive and legal corner. If you acknowledge that Harvard was, in fact, engaging in behavior that by any reasonable standard would be considered discriminatory and rooted in harmful stereotypes, it was nearly impossible to then turn around and say that the university should have the right to conduct its admissions in whatever manner it pleased. Why would anyone trust Harvard to do anything? An air of inevitability also hung over the court's decision, which mostly made the specific claims that the plaintiffs irrelevant. The end of affirmative action really started in 1978 with Justice Lewis F. Powell Jr.'s opinion in Regents of the University of California versus Bake, the first Supreme Court case on the matter, which tried to split the difference between a divided court by arguing that the race of a candidate could be considered, but not as part of a reparative, quota-based program that tried to reduce the harms of slavery and injustice. Rather, race could only be considered by an admissions office that wanted, for the benefit of itself and its students, to produce a diverse student body. God damn this legal parsing. Affirmative action, in my view, was doomed from the moment forward because it had been stripped of its moral force. It is one thing to argue that slavery, lynchings, Jim Crow laws, mass incarceration, centuries of theft demanded an educational system that factors in the effects of those atrocities. If that principle were to express itself in, say, a black student who was descended from slaves and had grown up in poverty in an American inner city, receiving a bump on his application when compared with a rich private school kid from the suburbs, so be it. Agreed. But that is not, in fact, how affirmative action usually plays out at elite schools. Most reporting on the subject, including my own, as well as a story in the Harvard Crimson, shows that descendants of slaves are relatively underrepresented among black students at Harvard, compared with students from upwardly mobile black immigrant families. It is easy and perhaps virtuous to defend the reparative version of affirmative action. It is harder to defend the system as it has actually been used. Excellent points. Finish reading that article. I think that was good insight. Definitely not the nuance that you would get from these chuckle fucks on such a case.
Fucks with woke corporation, but this is painfully cringe,
Up
especially
yours,
just crying
woke
like a
moralists.
fucking baby on
We'll
Twitter
see
about
who
it. That
cancels
very
who.
rarely gets you anywhere.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm sure that any deal that she got with Nike would be more than she's getting paid in the WNBA because WNBA players' salaries are so low, which still they're overpaid considering the WNBA loses money every single year. But yeah, just another activist athlete who hates America.
And you're just another fucking dude bro that virtue signals on a fucking podcast. Jesus Christ, man. Have some fucking self-awareness. Learn to feel embarrassment. It's actually more cringe that you get on your YouTube show. Say stupid shit like that. While we're on the topic of sporty ball, guys. Former NBA star Gilbert Arenas rips the LGBTQ community as the most unfair group walking the planet. Interesting. I'm listening. Sounds like bullshit. Hold on. I might not be high enough for this. Let's hear him out, shall we? Oh, we actually get to hear him. We do get to hear him. Porg, good evening. Our song. Where he's like, what the fuck is cancel culture, dog? And it talks about, like, he'll say what he wants. What's stopping you, dude? You can say whatever the fuck you want. You don't, like, you just don't get to complain and not get a backlash. That's what it actually comes down to. You want to be able to say what the fuck you want and put it out there. But you don't want anybody to say anything back to you. You're not actually wanting it to be even. That's the way the right wingers are. They don't want the criticism. Stuck in this shithole with me. You are not with me. I do not live with you any longer. I am not in the next room over. You guys, it's Independence Day. I've been sticking to, you know, just stories about America and shit. I feel like on this Independence Day, it would be fun to watch a Russian soldier that reportedly got shot out of a tank. Cannot verify whether this is real or not. There's a video circulating on Twitter. Apparently a tank blows up and you can see in the top, you see the Russian soldier was apparently launched from the tank. Splat on the ground over in the left of the corner. Newsweek has not been able to independently verify when and where this incident occurred. However, the clip has sparked a slew of dark humor jokes. Apparently this is the tank, the aftermath. It is... I'm reading from Newsweek. They quoted a tweet. This seems to be very real. Other Twitter pages have taken to mockingly sharing the clip and stating the Russians are flying home. I just got shut down on YouTube. No fucking way. I've been a good boy. I'm live. What the? Oh, did it just go away for a second? Huh. That's weird. YouTube has been having issues. I was like, you're commenting. It said policy violations? Weird. I didn't do anything. Oh, I got an email. Telling me copyright match. I don't know what YouTube has really been cracking down on copy. Like all the streaming services stuck now. I don't even know what I did. I've got an email, but I do not, like, I go into my YouTube and it's like, I've got no violations. I've got no warnings or anything. That's fucking weird. Weird. Yeah, YouTube has been acting odd. So perhaps it was just a glitch. I've had multiple, like, when we first got started and Belinda Carlisle came out. Like, it kept buffering and I had to go to a different browser. And I was on Google Chrome. I was on the browser of the company that owns YouTube. I shouldn't have any kind of copyright because It was a performance on the National Mall, and we watched it on the public broadcasting system. It was a patriotic tribute to America. I think you're way behind or something. Twitter user Pan Pachowski also shared the footage, captioned the video, Russian that sets a record for the highest flight altitude. Some users were less accepting of the jokes being made and argued against mocking the deaths seen in the Ukraine-Russian conflict. Some people have a dark sense of humor. Everybody copes with shit differently. I do not begrudge somebody who has a dark sense of humor about shit. Alright, let's talk about it. It's July 4th. You might have spent the day on a roller coaster. It is a fantastic national pastime. Other than mass shootings, roller coasters are a great way to spend a afternoon in America. What are you uh-ohing about?
Questions swirling about safety after this alarming video of a giant crack in a roller coaster support beam, causing it to shift outwards as a car full of thrill seekers round the curve.
Jesus.
Wagner, who took the video at North Carolina's Carowinds amusement park, was shocked by what he saw.
I'm like, I can see light through it, and I'm not an engineer, but that's not good.
Wagner, whose family had just ridden that coaster, quickly told park security and the fire marshal, and the ride was shut down indefinitely. Carowinds, which is owned by Cedar Fair Entertainment, writing in a statement, "Safety is our top priority, and we appreciate the patience and understanding of our valued guests during this process."
It makes me second guess getting on a roller coaster now.
Fury 325 is one of Carowinds' premier attractions. Its website touts it as the tallest, fastest, longest giga coaster in North America that crosses the North and South Carolina border. This photo, taken by a park visitor just a week earlier, appears to show the cracks starting to form. The coaster has been operating since 2015, and Carowinds says Fury 325 and all of its rides undergo daily inspections.
How did it get to this point? And people are on that ride.
It's putting the spotlight on ride safety, just as amusement parks are starting the summer visitor crush. Last year, Missouri 14-year-old Tyrese Sampson fell out of a drop tower seat and died at Orlando's Icon Park. But despite the harrowing incidents, Jim Shea, president of Premier Rides, says safety measures are rigorous.
The same types of tools that are used in aerospace engineering are used in the theme park industry.
For Jeremy Wagner, he says his family won't be worried to get back on Fury 325 when it's fixed.
I would like to think that there are safety protocols and fixing the issue.
If you see stream unavailable, apparently just refresh. I'm here. Nothing happened.
Would be secure enough.
And NBC News also reached out to Carowinds about that photo taken in late June, but they did not directly address it. Meantime, Charlotte police say they are confident in Carowinds' track record and commitment to safety. You guys, keep in mind the chances of being seriously injured on a ride are incredibly small, 1 in 15.5 million, according to industry analysis. So, Hershey Park this summer.
Okay.
There you go. I'll be there too. That's a fun place.
Carowinds was actually my theme park growing up.
You say you've been there?
Oh, it's right there on the border
amount.
between North and South Carolina.
Pretty cool, pretty popular.
Good memories, I'm sure.
Yes, yes. Emily, thank you.
We have another one. Perhaps you were on a roller coaster in Wisconsin. Roller coaster riders stuck upside down for hours at a Wisconsin festival. 8 roller coaster riders were stuck hanging upside down for around 3 hours at a Wisconsin festival on Sunday. The incident happened at the Forest County Festival in Crandon. It was the festival's final day at the Crandon International Speedway. 7 of the stuck passengers were children. 7 of them were children. Oh, you want to do this ride now?
Yeah, what's he gonna do? The cops showed up.
3 hours they were stuck. It was a ride a lot like that. I think it went back and forth that I was at a festival in my hometown. I was there with Chocolate Milk Girl. I actually wrote a movie about her. And I went on a date with her at that festival. And there was a ride that went like back and forth, and it was over a river fill. Like it went back across a river fill. And like if that ride was to come apart, it would come like completely like boom into like a culvert or a whatever the fuck you'd call it. So I actually get on the ride with her and then freak out. This would have been like 2011, 2012, something like that. It would have been like 28, 29. And I freak out about the fucking ride at the festival in the hick town. And I'm like, let me off. So they let me off the ride. She gives me her purse. So I then have to like hold her purse and walk down off of the ride. I do not want to ride because I'm thinking like, Carney's put this together. I don't trust this shit. It could go flying out into the river fill. She is so unfazed by the ride. Like when it gets to like the top, wherever it almost flips all the way over. Or maybe it did flip all the way over. She's like putting her hair up in a ponytail. She's not even like holding on to anything. As I stand at the bottom of the ride holding her purse, watching her. Starlight Comet, good evening. Totally happened to me. Maybe that is one of the reasons why she didn't end up liking me very much. Oh shit. We didn't cover this earlier. There's a reason why Elmo. Yeah, there is a major chat lag on YouTube. That is a thing that you just have to deal with if you choose to do the YouTube. Cocaine was found in the White House. Powdery white substance tested positive as cocaine in preliminary test was found in the White House. Sparking an investigation from the U.S. Secret Service. A spokesperson for the Secret Service told Forbes that the white powder was found in the White House on Sunday evening. Oh, they've already said it's Hunter Biden.
Come on, man.
This video sucks ass. It just says the same shit over and over again. Apparently it was a White House staffer and they put their baggie of cocaine in the phone. Like when you go in, like, I don't know if the entire White House is secure, but if you're in like a certain wing, you like have to put your phone in a holder and then like you're on like official business and you have to use your official phone. Because of the Records Act and all that good shit. They apparently put their cocaine in the phone holder instead of their phone. The cocaine. The cocaine. It could have been Hunters. It could have been Don Jr. could have come by for a visit. Who fucking knew? There are a lot more people that are high functioning drug addicts than anyone realizes. There are a lot of people that make you go, really? Really? You're really? So I don't doubt there's White House staffers that are partying it up. Bringing some cocaine with them to work. Who am I to talk? In my professional career, my 20 years, I've, been on the radio, completely fucking blown away. Pills and pot. One time I interviewed some cops on coke. I had gotten some cocaine. I've told that story before. It was a bright sunny afternoon. Nothing was going on. Like, rarely did I not have like shit scheduled. I was the news director of 9 radio stations. There was always like shit. Like I was always going to this press conference, that press conference. Had to go to this event and be seen for the station's purposes. One after, it was like a Tuesday afternoon. It was bright, sunny. It might have been spring or fall. And my weed pot dealer, like he like had cocaine. Got some cocaine. And I was able to pre-record my news for the afternoon. And I was able to take off work at like 1 o'clock. Beautiful. I was salaried. The one afternoon I can just duck out. Everything's pre-recorded. As long as no major breaking news is going on, go and enjoy my Tuesday afternoon. I remember my neighbor came over, and I smoked pot in front of him all the time, but he had never seen me do any kind of hard drug. My buddy Jason, Breed Creed, if you've been around the Troll Patrol long enough before I pissed him off, and he doesn't talk to me anymore. He's lining out some cocaine on the table. I asked my neighbor, I was like, you want a line of coke? And he laughed it off. He just thought like Jason was packing a bowl or something. And like when we go, we snort the coke. So it gets like 4:30 in the afternoon or whatever. And my phone starts going nuts. I had a personal cell phone. I had a work. This was like 2006, 2005. I had a work cell phone and a personal cell phone. I had a pager. All of them went off as I'm high as hell on cocaine. And it was the program director for my radio station. He told me that a cop... Battle Opossum! Good evening! Who snuck in here on me? Go ask Alice. Oh, go ask Alice would, aka Pumpkin Spice, aka Curiouser. Welcome. I'm assuming I'm right on that. 69 is kind of off-brand for you, I would think. But the Alice gives it away. Well, I would figure everybody wants to know who you are from like the gang. The whole Twitch gang is here now. So my program director calls and tells me that a cop has died. He had been speeding and doing like 100 miles an hour and came around a curve and lost control. That's how he fucking died. And they wanted me to be on the scene. And my program director even said it before I got off the phone with him. He's like, "Are you good to drive?" And I'm like, yeah, I'll be good. So I drove the radio station van It was a good like 25 minute drive. Drove the radio station van high as fuck on coke to the scene of a cop dying. The entire time I'm there, I'm like thinking to myself, they just lost their buddy, right? They all knew the guy. They know me as the news director. They're not looking for me. They're not looking at me with that kind of an eye, right? They're not suspicious of anything. I'm just trying to like calm myself down. High as fuck on cocaine. Going to interview some cops. And I was right, they were all concerned about like they lost their buddy and shit. They weren't paying no attention to little old me. We got to hear some good music tonight. Some of you that just showed up, you missed the Capitol 4th celebration. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad we watched that. Even though Warlord protested it, I'm glad that we watched the Capitol 4th. It's possible. It's possible that the cop was on the cocaine. So we got to hear Chicago earlier. We got to hear Belinda Carlisle of the Go-Go's. We got to hear Boyz II Men. It was a neat little concert. The Henry Tell Overture. Oh, I don't fuck things up on purpose. It's not like a bit I'm doing. Oh my God, do I have to tell that story? So I had this gal. I think she might have worked at Kmart with Jason. And we did a double date with her and her friend, and he was going for her, but she didn't like him. She liked me. And I end up, she was like fresh out of high school, or maybe like I'm 19 or 20 at the time. And she was like 18 in high school or just out of high school. But once again, I'm 19 or 20 at the time, so don't look like I was the news director of 9 radio stations at the age of like 19 or 20. That's also why I'm doing cocaine and going and interviewing cops. So I go to this party at a house with this girl. It's not her house, but it's like her friend's house. Her friend had cool parents, and there's like 20 people over. Like, it's a house party. And it was wild. And a bunch of them ended up staying over and shit. And I'm with that girl on like a couch or a futon or something. And I kept trying to get her to go back to my apartment. It was I had an apartment just a few minutes away. It's we'd be way comfier in a bed over here. But she didn't do it, and I ended up leaving at 4 or 5 in the morning or something. That was on a Friday or a Saturday night. On Sunday night, I get a call, when they were getting ready to do, this was the mid 2000s. We're talking 2006, 2007. And opiates are ravaging eastern Kentucky. And they've got this drug squad that goes and they did these roundups. And they would go out and arrest fucking 30 to 50 people at a time. And then make a big deal about it in the media. I feel icky even that I participated in this. But when they were doing the drug bust, oh my God. When they were doing the drug bust, they would call me the night before. And they'd be meet us at blah, blah, blah time, and we'll give you the ride along. And I've been doing it long enough that I missed my escort. But when I got to the staging area, they just told me what house they were at. Or they told me what the vicinity of where they were at. and just go down this way. You'll catch them. They're here at this point in time. So I go, and I'm in the same truck that I was at this house on Friday night, and I go and I find them. They are busting the house that I was just at, that I pull up in my truck. So I get out, take a couple pictures. I'm working at a newspaper too at the same time. So I get out, take a couple pictures, all right, I'm fucking out of here. I don't want to be seen by nobody because they'll think I narked you out. I was just here for pussy. I did not narc anybody out. You guys but if I had known you guys were in the game, I would have given you a heads up, because that's what I did. I gave my peoples a heads up. And you know what? I bring that up about me doing those busts. I actually have the audio of a news report of me interviewing a guy that got busted, and it's fucking hilarious. Let me see if I can find that real fast. It cracks me up hearing that guy. Unite bust censored. That has to be it. Oh God, I hate. This is my radio work from 15 years ago, so please. I can't stand listening to it. I say that as I'm getting ready to make you listen to it. Put it against me.
Thousands of dollars in cash, suspected cocaine, marijuana, and a multitude of prescription drugs was seized today as the Kentucky State Police.
God, I sound horrible. Jesus fucking Christ.
Police, assisted by Operation Unite, and 5 sheriff's departments set out early this morning to apprehend over 80 suspects in 5 counties. Months of investigations led to the bust this morning, which saw over 50 law enforcement officers set out throughout eastern Kentucky to serve warrants on suspected drug traffickers. Trooper Sean Little, acting public affairs officer for Post 9 of the Kentucky State Police, gave us some background on the bust.
This is an ongoing investigation or investigations by the Kentucky State Police. We're working along with Unite today. We combined our efforts today to try to pick up all the subjects that we have warrants for within the 5-county area. Also assisting us in this effort today is Pike County Sheriff's Department, Floyd County Sheriff's Department, Johnson, Martin, Magoffin County Sheriff's Departments.
Suspects were taken to the National Guard Armory in Prestonsburg, where they were booked and processed. That's where EKB News caught up with one of the suspects, who was a little angry at having to sit in the armory for several hours.
Arrested since 6:30. I'm sitting here in this place when I should be in jail. That's what I'm mad over.
The suspect, whose name we won't publicize due to the ongoing investigation, also claimed that he was unjustly taken into custody.
Bogus charges. That's bull. And this sitting here is bull. I'm ready to either go to jail or set me free, whichever.
At least 30 of the suspects sought today had been apprehended as of 2 o'clock this afternoon. The investigation continues and, according to officials, could yield several more charges after searches uncovered even more illegal activity.
Bullshit, man. Take me to jail. Oh, God. I am pretty sure the dude that might have been dealing meth, dealing pills, whatever he was charged with in that little audio clip I played you, I would almost guarantee he listens to Kid Rock. What do you think? Earlier we heard some excellent music.
Bud Light.
Out here.
Why not?
Now let's hear some really shitty music. Oh, I didn't realize you guys were watching this. I didn't realize you were watching me struggle. I thought I was introing it and you guys weren't seeing the video. I'm really fucking it up bad. I'm not high enough for this shit. I can't. I fuck it. I give up. We're on the street in Nashville for a Kid Rock concert with Fox News.
What beer we gonna drink on 4th of July?
I don't know. What beer?
Anything but Bud Light. Probably maybe Heineken Light.
No Bud Light. Say no.
Say no to Bud Light.
Say no to Bud.
Say no to Bud Light.
What is Bud Light? Never heard of her.
No Bud
no Bud
Light.
Light.
No Bud Light.
Not here.
Why not? Not
Not
here.
here.
Can't do it.
Corona. Coronas.
Not Bud Light?
Nope.
Why not?
Because I ain't drinking Bud Light no more. Regardless of the company, once they get involved politically, then I don't want to support that. So you get 2 votes in this country. You get your first vote at the ballot, second vote is your wallet. So, and I don't like Bud Light. I'm definitely not drinking Bud Light.
We're not doing Bud Light.
I'm drinking Miller Light. I'm drinking Miller Light.
Oh, I'm drinking Bud Light.
I'm fine with it. I don't care. No, Bud Light's fine.
Oh yeah, I don't care.
No Bud Light.
You know, we're not drinking Bud Light, that's for sure.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Anything but Bud Light.
Why not?
Well,
You've definitely been drinking.
yeah, self-explanatory. Yeah.
Is it?
Bud Light? So nationwide boycott. That's why.
Why?
Freedom fighting Americans. That's how we do it.
I have some controversy Bud Light that's in my refrigerator, and it's been there for months, and no one will drink. Well, I just don't agree with the decision that they're making.
What decision?
I mean, Miller Lite or Firestone 805 these days. I don't care who loves who. Don't ram it down my throat.
Bush Light.
Coors Light.
But that's it. Nobody rammed anything down your throat. Fox News rammed it down your throat. You wouldn't have fucking known about the can sent to Dylan Mulvaney if it hadn't have been for right-wing media telling you to be upset. You absolute dumb fuck. Smokey.
Honestly, I don't drink beer. So.
So that was a piece on Fox News Digital where they went to they were outside of a Kid Rock concert that happened in Nashville. What they got to soil Nashville for? I'm going somewhere with this. An unexpected Fox News segment urges viewers to actually drink Bud Light during the July 4th holiday.
People don't realize that Folds of Honor started above our garage. My wife and I, my career as an F-16 pilot. And 13 years ago, I reached out to this company, Anheuser-Busch, and they said, hey, we believe in you. And at its core, Folds is about believing in people so they believe in themselves. And Anheuser-Busch did that for me. And we kick off 13 years of a partnership with them. They've donated $22 million. We've got awesome new product here coming out. So people literally can crack a cold Budweiser, a Bud Light, and celebrate their freedoms, but also provide educational scholarships to the military and first responder families who have sacrificed so much for the freedoms that we enjoy. And that's a great, easy way to say I love my country, is crack a cold Budweiser and support a military or first responder family. And Steve, we have 12,000 applications for families just like Colleen and Everett that are trying to get to school this fall. So
He went on Fox News and said, drink a Bud Light, it benefits wounded vets. How many fucking heads exploded?
We kick off 13 years of a partnership with them. They've donated $22 million. We've got awesome new product here coming out. So people literally can crack a cold Budweiser, a Bud Light, and celebrate their freedoms, but also provide educational scholarships to the military and first responder families who have sacrificed so much for the freedoms that we enjoy. And that's a great, easy way to say I love my country, is crack a cold Budweiser and support a military or first responder family. And Steve, we have 12,000 applications for families just like Colleen and Everett that are trying to get to school this fall. So every bit helps. They can visit foldsofhonor.org, make a donation. We'll send them an awesome t-shirt like the one I've got on saying, I'm proud to be an American.
I've got a bunch of those T-shirts, and I love to wear them. And I was wearing it yesterday, and somebody asked me about it, and I said,
"Did you drink a Bud Light too, Deucey?"
Dan, thank you very much. Colleen, Everett, thank you very much as well for joining us. And
wow, I wonder how many heads exploded during that. That was fantastic. I'm glad I got to witness that. I've had a very fun time tonight. Since it's 4th of July, we talked about fireworks. I meant to do this earlier. We got off topic. This is an old classic. This happened a few years back. Always worth a look on the 4th of July. It's just a fun video to watch.
Hold it. Oh, it's gonna be right there. You cannot stick it in the ground. It's not gonna work. Who did that? You gotta put it in the shoe.
I'm so glad she grabbed the baby.
Just for clarity's sake, I'm not against the Second Amendment. I'm not against.
America.
You cannot stick it in the ground. It's not gonna work. Who did that? You gotta put it in the shoe.
Well, I'm gonna assume it'll look a little something like that. Also, we don't have video of the incident that killed one woman and injured 9 others, but I assume it looked something like that.
Who did that? You gotta put it in the shoe.
I feel like she ran far away with that baby. She got it just in time, because, like, I could have decapitated that baby.
You're saying more guns makes us more
Shut
safe.
up, Jon Stewart. We're here to talk about fireworks, not guns right now. We're off of guns. That minivan may be fucked. Like, it may be undrivable. I could have done some major damage.
Yes.
Astrovan is now Blastrovan. You gotta put it in a shoe. The dudes, that was horrible advice. Don't put it in a shoe.
Guns in the country.
I hate Facebook Reels. It keeps showing me the god-awfulest cooking videos. Oh, tomorrow night we're going to watch the Chuckle Fucks at the Daily Wire talk about Lizzo and how she's not beautiful. Look forward to that. But that's tomorrow night. We're not doing that tonight. Get you an animal video, get the fuck out of here. I can't remember if we did this or not. If we didn't, if we did do this, then fuck it. It's a good video. You'll enjoy it for a second time. I don't know if we have or not. These nuts. Wild raccoon goes viral after accepting food from a Dunkin' Donuts. Look at its cute little face. I got Smokey right here with me too. Here, get a good look at him. Say hey to him, Smokey. You bet it did accept food. Bet your ass it did. Smokey, god damn it. A wild raccoon has become a star on social media after someone captured video footage of the animal politely walking up to a Dunkin' Donuts.
What in the world?
Yeah, give the dude a donut. Oh shit, look at him. This raccoon runs on Dunkin'. He looks like he's well fed. All right, George. We got George eating eclairs out of the trash can in here. I love it. He knew where to go. He's like, if I just stand here looking cute, they'll give me food. He so politely took it. Got the fuck out of the way. I love that little dude. I think you can find better donuts. But you know, I don't know how far he is from a Krispy Kreme. Hey, they may not have a drive-through he can walk up to. Happy 4th of July, bitches. Go ahead, light one up, tip one back. It's all right to have a little fun before you hit the sack. I'm Justin.